Everything is upside down. There's no way anybody. So see, our table's on.
I think you are documentary, right?
How people can see it though. Come to this side.
First, we would like to have your full name.
My name is Ilikan Nogento.
So what can you tell us about what actually happened in this estate?
Okay, I'm a resident here, and I own my own property here, which actually they also came in and packed everything out. We had no notice. In fact, I was still at home preparing for work when my neighbor called me, "Are you home?" That some people are already in his house. I said yes. I stepped out, and the first thing I do was to approach the person I saw wearing a court vest, high court vest. I said, "My brother, what is happening?" He said they have order to come and evacuate everybody and move everybody out of the state. I said, "Please, can I have the order?" He said, "No, that is not our business, that we are not party to the matter." I said, "Okay, so how will you know that you have the such an order?" He said they pasted it at the entrance of the estate. So before you know it, I saw policemen all over everywhere, and before I could say Jack, they are inside my house. But I said, "Who are these people?" They said they came for enforcement. The first question I asked, enforcement with who? With the touts? The police were there, enabling them. No, not even one police came into the house, just touts. And I asked a question, what kind of country is this? Police working with touts, working with criminals? What kind of name are they giving to Nigerian police? Have they ever seen army work with touts? Have they ever seen Navy work with touts? Have they ever seen Air Force work with touts? These touts are armed, breaking people's things. My security door bulletproof door, they brought it down. My wife is now looking for the $50,000 we kept to travel to Canada next month. We could not find anything. You need to enter into the house to see what they did there. Without, that is my only problem. If you come to enforcement, is this a criminal case? Is it not a civil matter? Where we served, if you look well where they marked, you will saw that the enforcement date is today. You came to enforce today, and you are taking the action today. Even if it is demolition, you will say that they will mark it, please. This place is marked for demolition, and they will give you time. They just ambushed us. So many people lost millions. People. The worst thing is that people, they were not around. They broke into their houses, and the police were there aiding them. This is just the only problem I have with this. If you say we have an issue in court, okay. One, we are not served. Two, it was impromptu. Three, you were ambushed. Third, the most illegal aspect of it is using thugs. The order from court say use thugs to execute this order. That is the issue. That is my major issue. Because those they are the thugs. If we are the policemen, they would have been probably more civil to say, please let me pack up my things. But this thug invaded me. They injured my wife where they were pushing her out of the way. So this is all I can say at the moment.
No, around 9:10.
Around 9:10?
Because I'm already in the office that day. One of our tenants called me that something is happening in the estate. So I have to rush down. So it's around 9 after 9 that my tenant called me that, "Madam, there is a lot of tout and police people inside the premises." So I was surprised. We don't have any matter with anybody. So I'm very, very surprised of seeing this. So rushing down to this place, I can't bear what I see. I'm so angry with what this our government, that is this our country is turning to.
I know the estate people were working behind the scene when the operation was going on. The estate people were working, the estate chairman and executives were working on it because we had made calls.
We have made calls.
Yes, well, I know they were working on it before, but as they were working, it was still going on until we now saw soldiers were deployed to this place to come and at least calm the matter down, intervene to calm the matter down. So I don't actually know deeply what actually happened, but I know soldiers came in to intervene to calm the situation first. Then we have the second thing we did was to first of all move those thugs, because the level of insecurity we have in this estate now is to be top notch, because all these guys are criminals that the police deployed to come and evacuate or to execute court order that we did not see. If there is any issue, we are okay. We are civilians. It is not a criminal matter, it's a civil matter. Why enforcing it in this way?
My name is Ohio Zokari Akpogene Sydney Akpotive. I'm one of the residents of God's Own Estate here. So this morning, after we were taking the children to school and came back, we just saw that police had blocked the entrance to the estate. And we're wondering what's happening. At first, my first impression was that they had come to enforce, maybe they have caught some people who are fraudsters. So that was my first thought. Before we knew what was happening, we started hearing that they are coming to enforce a court order that the entirety of the estate is not aware of. So we're waking up to see an enforcement of a judgment that we're not aware. We didn't even know that the estate is in court. We didn't know anything happening. We're just as residents. Some of us are tenants, some of us are landlords here, and they're coming to enforce a judgment and telling us to pack out. If it was even that, that's okay. We said to the lawyer who came to enforce that, give us some time. Tell us 48 hours. Put some sign, put something. That's not it. It was something that he didn't want to hear. Beyond that, the court people came with police and came with thugs. About 200, some people are saying it's 300. About 200 thugs came into the estate, and not just that, they will enter into houses, break doors, and pack the things of people, the property of people who were not even in the house. All appeals to say that people are not around. One of our neighbors who doesn't even live in the country, who is not in the country, they broke into his house and then removed these things. Isn't that illegal? Do you do a legality with an illegality? How do you want to enforce a court judgment and then have to break my own property to? So we were real affair. We began to raise the noise and say to them that you can't do that. There are easier ways to enforce judgment. You can actually block the entrance of the estate. You can come and padlock the gates and say that there's a court case, there's a court judgment against me, so that I can prepare myself and pack out quietly. How do I evacuate? We're not bachelor houses. You need to capture the estate. These are duplexes and properly constructed properties. People have bought their properties legally. Then you come and say you want to pack them out. Is it bachelor? You know, when you're living in another person's property, you don't build so much. You just put your temporal thing in case anybody comes to drive you. But this is illegal. We have bought properties legally. We have our documents, our own proper papers. And then all of a sudden, just look at how they pack neighbors and places. Sometimes you thought that when you look at a mattress, you think it's only a mattress. They pulled out ACs, pulled out freezers, installed in walls. These boys just pack all of them and drop them anyhow, breaking property. So many of our neighbors are complaining of stealing of some of their properties missing.
My name is Maris Chukwemeka Inyekwe. I'm a landlord in this God's Own Estate. Actually, it's a very big embarrassment what we saw today. I was outside the gate. I saw about 3 trucks of touts. So I was thinking maybe they are going to work somewhere or do labor job somewhere. I never knew they are coming to the estate. So after like 15 minutes, I saw some police trucks, police vehicle, loaded with police, entering the estate gate. So I have to follow them behind, because I never see such a thing happening in this estate. So on getting here, the touts drop from those trucks, start breaking people's houses. Like this first house here, the guy lives in US, he's not at home. They broke the gate, broke the doors, and to my greatest surprise, a policeman was dragging dollar that the people saw in that man's room. They are dragging money instead of doing anything. And the man is not at home. They forced their way in. You understand? Look at this place. They forced their way in with touch. I don't know how a law enforcement agency can be working with us. No notice.
Says this. Most of the residents and landlords in this estate are not aware of this judgment. We are not aware. Now, assuming but not conceding that there was a judgment that this estate, that we are not rightly on this estate, in this estate, is this the way to levy execution? You come in the early hours of the morning and start breaking, and they came with a connivance with the police. The police, this is an estate that is very serene, very quiet. We have not had issues of stealing and all that. But the policemen, they came with about 10 trucks. With policemen, with dogs into this estate, with touts, urchins, street urchins. They came in here, started breaking into houses, and most of us here, we bought these properties. We bought the properties. We bought these properties, and they said there's an orphanage there. They were breaking down the orphanage where we have AED offices there. Children, orphans were there, and the policemen, in the full glare of the police and everything, these street urchins were breaking down, and then we resisted. We said, no, these are children who don't have parents. They are being quartered here, being taken care of here, and you brought in urchins to come and start breaking down the estate, to tell the fences and all that. So we are not saying that whoever has gotten judgment should not enjoy the fruits of his judgment, but things should be rightly done. Things should be properly done. It is wrong. And many of the people in this estate, most of them are retired. You just come. You go, I am retired. You just come early in the morning, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6:30, without. And now our estate has been exposed. It's been exposed. So we cannot, and I want residents of the estate to know that the peace and the serenity we have been enjoying in this estate cannot continue, because the Nigerian police, they have exposed this estate.
My name's Gary Stanley. Honorable Gary Stanley. I am CEO Gaston Apartments. We are very shocked, traumatized. Woke up this morning and see a crowd of hoodlums accompanied by Nigerian policemen to come and destroy, vandalize my property. Properties worth millions of nairas. These are my investment for the past 4 years in the hospitality industry. I wasted money. I regretted, because we asked what happened. They said that there was an existing court order that they came for enforcement. We said we're not aware. They said we don't need to be informed because we are third party. So we are hit in the crossfire. As I speak to you, some of my clients lost valuables and dollars in foreign currency and new currency. I think if we go in, you will see it. But my properties that worth millions of nairas that have been destroyed must be paid for. They must be challenged in the courts, because I am not aware, I am not informed. So the issue here is that for now, I am not myself. I'm only trying to organize myself. You can see the old premises. That the old premises is tensed up. It's tensed up. So I don't know. I don't even know. For I believe that the perpetrator of this act, whether he's acting legally or not, I am not informed. I am not aware. And it's unexpected that I should be given fair information, prior information to what is going to happen. I'm just a tenant. I've been here for the past 4 years, and I didn't expect it. My valuables worth millions of nairas has been destroyed, and these things must be accounted for.